With the House versus NCAA settlement approved, colleges can now pay their players directly. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black, coming back once again to talk about this House versus the NCAA settlement, which was approved on yesterday, Friday. That was a great day for college athletics. It was a great day for past, present, and future athletes. Okay, I'm not going to take long on this, hopefully, but this is a long article because I'm not putting this in my own words. I'm taking it directly from the source. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the story, which I'm excited about. I'm happy for these athletes. Okay, and I'm happy that this was approved. Okay, but let's go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna just tell you the important pieces. Okay, so U.S. District Judge Claudia Wilkin gave final approval of the landmark settlement after 5 years of litigation, ending with nearly 1 year of discussion and tweaks after the NCAA and power conferences initially voted to settle the suit in 2024. The $2.8 billion 10-year settlement will pay past players for missed name, image, and likeness opportunities and allow college to pay current players directly starting July the 1st. That date is fast approaching. But one thing I love about this, they didn't forget about the past athletes. They didn't forget about them. Okay? Keep it moving. NCAA President Charlie Baker, he wrote a letter in response to this landmark settlement. Charlie Baker says, approving the agreement reached by the NCAA, the defendant conferences, and student athletes in the settlement opens a pathway to begin stabilizing college sports. The new framework that enables schools to provide direct financial benefits to student athletes and establishes clear and specific rules to regulate third-party NIL agreements make a huge step forward for college sports, and I agree wholeheartedly with that, because guess what? Since the existence of the NIL, it has been an issue. Anybody who cares about college athletics has been complaining about NIL, how there's no rules and regulations governing the NIL. Nick Saban even went to Congress to talk about this. Even went to Congress, as he stated. The athlete of today, most of them don't care about education. They're more concerned about how much money that they can get. And that's fact. Just like Nick Saban said, anything without rules and regulations is out of control. And the NIL, along with the transfer portal, is out of control. And hopefully this settlement will put rules and regulations in line to govern NIL. Hopefully. We get to the transfer portal later. But anyway, yeah, man, I'm loving this, man. And I'm so glad they didn't forget about the past players. Schools can share as much as $20.5 million of their revenues with players during the upcoming year. The settlement also includes $2.8 billion in back payments for athletes who competed between 2016 and 2024. The new revenue sharing cap will increase by at least 4% each year during the 10-year period, or the 10-year agreement. So they went back for a span of 8 years, from 2016 to 2024. Those athletes now can be back paid. That's great, ain't it? Because they deserve it. They deserve it. Okay? Now, I ain't going to get into that. But anyway, they got other stuff in this article about roster limits and scholarships, but I ain't gonna get into all of that. Okay, I'm gonna just stay with the stuff that's important to me, and that's these guys and girls getting paid. Anyway, how schools plan to divvy up the 20.5 million among their sports has been a point of contention. With no legal framework to follow, most schools are expected to mirror the back payment formula outlined in the $2.8 billion settlement. That means roughly 75% of future revenue will be shared with football players, 15% to men's basketball, 5% to women's basketball, and 5% to all remaining sports. Some schools have opted to mirror the gross revenue each sports averages, which could lead to more than 85% of the salary pool being set aside for football players. So football players gonna get more than anybody. More than basketball players, more than baseball players, more than tennis players, more than gymnastics and softball. Every sport, football players will make the most money. How revenue sharing will affect skyrocketing NIL deals among third parties is unknown. Still, those deals with third parties and collectives outside of the revenue sharing plan will soon face intense scrutiny from a new enforcement entity starting July the 1st. That's what I'm talking about, baby. An enforcement entity, right? Experts believe it will help curb pay for play schemes between boosters and players far beyond perceived market value. Many multi-million-dollar deals with high-profile players were struck in the months before the House settlement approval so that those deals would not be scrutinized by the enforcement entity, which does not have authority until July the 1st. And yes, it's been multi-million-dollar deals struck. I know it's been months ago. But that guy down there in Ann Arbor, Michigan, Bryce Underwood, $12 million. $12 million. Carson Beck, $4 million, which he got $4 million out of Georgia in 2024. But anyway, well over market value for both of them. So, hey, it is what it is, though. Get your money. Get it while you can. The power conferences are expected to soon announce the College Sports Commission. College Sports Commission. Remember, Nick Saban and Donald Trump were talking about something similar to this. Okay? So, who will be in charge of it? Will it be Nick Saban? Because that was a name that was basically first on the list. We'll see about that. But anyway, the College Sports Commission, an organization tasked to oversee the settlement's terms and enforce new rules. I love that word, rules. The power conferences hired Delati and LBI, major players in revenue management and professional sports, to develop software to dissect NIL deals and track players' revenue sharing contracts. The CSC, College Sports Commission, will police NIL deals over $600 with a new clearinghouse called NIL Go. That's what sources tell CBS. Delati will use data from past endorsement deals with athletes to revenue boosters, NIL deals, and determine whether the agreement exceeds an athlete's fair market value. Don't y'all love everything I'm saying? Don't y'all love it? As a college football fan, somebody who care about college athletics, I don't give a damn if you only care about college football, or you only care about college basketball, or college baseball. I don't care. Yesterday was a great day. I'm telling y'all, man. And like you said, College Sports Commission, they gonna police NIL deals over $600. Damn right. $600 measly dollars. I love it. Keep it moving. Where we at? Schools' revenue sharing payouts will be monitored by an enforcement enforcement arm. Okay. Schools' revenue sharing payments will be monitored by an enforcement arm called CAP, Salary cap. That's all it is. Just like the NFL. Anyway, NIL deals under scrutiny will be subject to an arbitration process, just like the NFL. They're going to have arbitrators up in here. It's just like the NFL, baby. But anyway, NIL deals under scrutiny will be subject to an arbitration process which could speed up the decision on eligibility and penalties under the new system. The NCAA, which had become toothless in NIL enforcement as it was challenged legally state to state, will not be directly involved in enforcing NIL deals. That's what I'm talking about. The NCAA will not directly be involved in enforcing NIL deals. Good. Anyway, what else he said? Well, he said a lot, man. He said a lot, man. Okay. This is what he said. I certainly think that's something we'll have to work with on a coordinated basis. But on some level, that could be a really nice way. And it has an arbitration process. And it can do fact finding. That's what he said. That's what he said. Work on a coordinated basis. And it has an arbitration process. And that can be it can be fact finding. That's facts. That's facts. But anyway, I'm just glad the settlement ended this way. I'm glad that these players can now get paid directly from the school. I'm happy for the past athletes, because yes, they deserve it. Okay. I'm happy that it's a possibility that rules and regulations will now be put in place governing NIL. I'm glad that they coming up with this commission to oversee everything. I'm glad that they coming up with arbitrators, speed up the process in case anybody violates the rules. And if anybody violates the rule, they should be dealt with accordingly in a timely manner. It shouldn't, I hope that this commission, arbitrator, whoever is laying down the punishment, I hope it don't take a whole year, year and a half, 2 years to do it. Like the NCAA is doing with Michigan. It's been 2 years now. And I know they meeting freaking this weekend and they supposed to come out with some punishment in 45 days, supposedly. But it's been way too long. And there's no way it should take this long. And I hope this commission gets it right. And they got to put out a set of clear-cut rules and regulations. If you violate any one of these, you will be dealt with accordingly. And it won't be a light punishment. That's just the way I feel about it. All right. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this article, man. I'm ecstatic about it. So, but yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think. If y'all agree with it, if you disagree with it, it don't matter. Put it in the comments, man. Now, y'all be blessed. And remember, KB don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. And roll damn Tide.